zapped right into my head. And you know what else is kind of creepy? Speaking of being zapped in somebody's head, I
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know if I was duped by Microsoft or if my email was compromised by somebody in the Palestinian Authority.
You got the PLO taking over your
I do. I was working on my phone yesterday and I got an email. It
uh-huh.
says this is an emergency. And it was official. I mean, it was from Microsoft, and it said that somebody was trying to get into your Microsoft account, and we don't think it was you. We think it's suspicious. And it said the source was the Palestinian Authority. And it made me basically just go in and change my email address out.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. I think that Microsoft was just, I don't know.
Microsoft was testing their security measures.
Yes,
And
exactly.
you passed with flying colors.
Well, you know what I did because I didn't want to be locked out of my phone. And then today I come to get on the show and I didn't even put two and two together with
Oh,
Microsoft. So when I got on, there was a whole bunch of things I had to do on the computer to update
yeah.
it because nothing was syncing. And
Oh God.
but so there you go. Either the Palestinian Authority or Microsoft is being shady.
They're both messing with you right now.
Yeah.
Like, let's get this. Let's get this guy. We're gonna
Yeah.
get this guy today. That's what they were doing.
The Palestinian Authority.
The PLO.
Good morning,
baby.
everybody. Welcome to the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is episode 305. We got Mike in the house. We got Derpy in the house. What's going on this morning, fellas?
What is up?
What is up? What is up?
I am jazzed up. I'm fired up. I'm flying high on coffee. I had like a big ass white monster at work, a coffee on the way home. Now I got like a McDonald's iced coffee. I'm like over caffeinated right now. I'm probably gonna like stroke out on air. So we got that going for us, boys.
I was thinking last night, we make fun of Derpy sometimes whenever
Never,
we talk to him. And then
never.
there's always that moment of silence before he talks or makes himself available to talk. I just thought, what if one day we go somewhere, like let's just for an example, say we go to Steeler camp
Mm-hmm.
and when we get there and we're with Derpy and we go to talk to him. And every time we go to talk to him, there's always a moment of silence. just like he's on the air. Like we'll say something and then it'll just be that weird, awkward silence for like 10 seconds. And then he'll finally say something. We've been making fun of him because he's not paying attention. What if that's like, Derpy? What if that's his thing?
Though you never know. He just might need time to process what we're saying because it's
Yeah.
what we're saying is so inane. He's like, no, that can't be it.
I just thought, like, what a bizarre situation that would be.
That would be great.
Like,
I would
damn,
love it.
we've been making fun of you for 6 months now. You could have said something.
Well, I'm still going by the theory. He's doing like 4 other podcasts right now.
Yeah.
And he has to just hold on. We're like 5th in the priority list.
Who knows what's going on the other side of that dog? Who knows?
Every once in a while you hear some strange noises and sounds. It's sometimes it's a little disconcerting.
And like now, I mean, he
like the dog is leaning.
Yeah,
look, the dog's leaning with it's like it has a broken neck or something.
I never seen the dog lean before.
Me either. Oh God, now it's moving. It's moving.
See, what's he doing? He's up to something.
I guarantee you right now, he is memorizing every Steeler jersey number from 41 to 99 right now.
I'm here.
Hey, there he is. See, that only took 3 minutes for him to
respond to us.
A new record.
I guarantee you. He's memorizing Steeler numbers right now. That's what I was gonna do when I got here. I was gonna like memorize them, but I decided to eat breakfast today.
Oh, that's good because we're not gonna do that today.
Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna do a pop quiz on it because Yinz guys are I don't want to say Yinz are cheating, but
I am not cheating. I
think it might be a possibility. So I'm gonna have to do it like in pop quiz form.
Yeah, Derpy.
Why'd you be like a 3-second period of time that you have to answer?
That's fair enough.
I got to come up with something. I don't know what he's up to on the other side of that picture.
I don't know.
It could be like the Nazi war room over there. You know what I mean?
Oh wow! Well, you really.
I can see like a big map on the middle of the big table in the middle of the room.
There we go. I was wondering where we were going with that one. First of all, you're talking about the You got the PLO, then you're talking about the Nazis. I was wondering what we're gonna do. Like, we're gonna go with war with Israel next.
The guards standing outside of his door, that beeping that he tells us is a fire alarm. I don't know what's going on over there.
Oh God, I love it.
You love that. You're gonna love this. The Taco Festival is coming back to Pittsburgh this year. Yes, this summer the Taco Festival will be back. It's going to be returning to the Strip District on the 26th of August. Get this, guys, 25 different food trucks and vendors. I mean, that's you know what that's more tacos than you could even imagine. How do you even choose a specific food truck or vendor when you go for tacos and that's all there is just Mexican and just everywhere you look? How do you even pick that? How do you select the tacos that you like?
You just you select them all. That's all you can do.
That food truck food's expensive anyway.
Yeah, so you just eat what you can. You just eat it all at that point.
So that's August 26th. You like tacos, Derpy?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Like, who doesn't like tacos? I don't trust people who don't like tacos.
Tacos are probably my favorite food.
Gotta eat them all.
Some people ask you what your favorite food is. That's probably mine.
Yeah, I think we discussed that before on the show. Like, how you
have we?
Yes, your love of tacos.
I just love them.
Like, but how can you not? I love me some tacos. They're so good. Give me some white people taco night, and I am a happy guy.
So we talking like an all you can eat buffet of tacos here?
Well, it's like it's a taco festival down in the Strip District, Derby, and they're gonna have 25 different trucks and multitudes of vendors, and you could walk around and I think it's gonna be a bit stressful. What if you see
what can you choose from? That's the question.
Exactly.
It's taco.
And what if you get something and you don't like it and you're thinking, well, shit, I could have got a different taco from a different, you know what I mean? But how could you mess up tacos?
Yeah.
You can't really mess up tacos. So I think you'll be safe.
You can't mess up tacos, but now I want some tacos.
Yeah. You know what it is?
Darn you, Ryan.
It isn't Taco Tuesday, but
no, I said hump everything.
That's what I'm talking about.
What? Too much.
It is hump day.
Hump day.
And it is episode 305. Also, the Hilton Hotel. Did you guys see this news story? This manager from a Hilton hotel.
Yes.
Wait, I did not.
What the fuck is going on?
I was listening to one of the podcasts I listened to, and they were talking about this, and I was dying.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, fill him in.
You're not working at the Hilton Hotel as a manager, are you, Derpy?
No.
Okay, I had to double check. I didn't want to offend or accuse anybody wrongly, but in a Hilton Hotel, it doesn't say where. I would guess Florida.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess.
Possibly Ohio. But let's stick with Florida just to keep the peace. A Hilton hotel manager was arrested for allegedly waking a guest up by sucking on his toes.
What?
Yeah, let me read that again, because you might have misheard it or thought that you misheard it. You might be home and think that can't be what he said. A manager from a Hilton hotel was arrested for allegedly waking a guest up by sucking on his toes. There's so many things wrong with what I just said.
There's a lot.
I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff and messed up stuff, and now I've heard it all. I've heard it all now.
Here at the Two Dumb Yinzers, we do not kink shame, but it has to be consensual toe sucking. You can't just.
I've heard it all now, fellas.
Like
I've heard it all.
One, what do you do letting yourself in? Two, what are you doing sucking someone's toes to wake them up? Three, I mean, if you're going to suck somebody's toes, I would think that it would be a woman. I mean, I'm not saying that it's right or that it's acceptable would happen. But as I said, just off the top of my head, those three things alone are just what?
Because normally, like when it's a toe sucking incident, it is like a creepy guy going after a chick.
Right.
But this time it was a creepy guy going after a dude. Hey, either way, whatever your preference is, that's fine. But you don't go sucking people's toes.
And I mean, was this a totally random guy? I mean, the
Like,
thing is, I lack, I mean, I don't know everything that led up to the situation. Maybe the guys were in the lobby, and this is speculation. I'm just making this up as we go. But I'm saying, what if the guys were in the lobby and one guy suggested, I like get my toes sucked, and maybe the manager, you know what I mean? Who knows what could have led to that point?
From what I heard is like the day before this, the manager was in that guy's room fixing his TV. So he probably, okay, hey, I'm gonna make this guy, hey, I kind of like what was going on here. Maybe saw his feet and got a little turned on and goes, I need to get me a taste of that, and went down, copied the key, and snuck in late at night. And was like, I'm gonna suck me some toes.
And that's what you're gonna do?
Pee. If someone sucked my toes when I was asleep, I'd probably pee myself.
I've heard it all.
And the guy sucking your toes would be like, "Hey, that's a fetish too far for me."
Yeah.
This generation is messed up, but now I've heard it all.
That's not a generation thing.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Millennials.
I've heard a lot of stuff from this generation. That's
we all know what millennials' favorite snack is. Also the dirtiest part of the human body, butthole. But anyway, the sucking toes, man. That's like, was it Rex Ryan?
I don't think that he's even a millennial. Derpy's like 30 years old, for crying out loud.
That's a millennial?
Oh, is it?
I guess.
Are you a millennial, Derpy?
He's a millennial.
Or are you Generation Y?
I don't even know if it matters.
Gen Y, you're okay.
Generation Y was like 3 years, for crying out loud.
I remember when like it was like Gen X. I remember graduating in 1999. All the articles being like, "Oh, Gen X, the last of Gen X is graduating high school. Look out, Gen X! Here comes Gen Y." And then, like you said, all of a sudden that went away. Now I went from Generation X to a millennial to a zennial to an elder millennial to a
like I said, it doesn't matter.
Gen X, and like they're all just random. We're just gonna throw it out there. You're part of this generation. Like, no. But anyway, back to this guy right here. Like, what would you guys do if you woke up and someone sucked your toes? We already established P would pee on the guy, apparently.
And also on the board P says Hiltons are pretty expensive too.
They
I think that was extra, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
albeit
it's weird, it's a service.
If it's a service, if that's what's coming up under my service charge,
there's a hidden fee in his
that's probably under like the service charge that you said. Now, if it was expressly implied that, hey, you're gonna get your toes sucked in the middle of the night, this is what you're paying for, that's fine. That's fine. I'm paying for it. I want my toes sucked if I'm paying for it. Hilton.
I mean, I would have to be consistent, because I made the point to say the other day I wouldn't tolerate the pee-pee nonsense when we were talking about a certain university, but I would have to stay consistent. I wouldn't be cool with it, man. If I woke up and there was a dude on my bed, or even at the foot of my bed, on his knees, sucking my toes, sucking honey off my toes,
I would have punched him.
Yeah, I mean, I that's my first thought. And the thing is, you think to yourself, okay, if I nail this guy, what kind of trouble could I get in? I woke up and he was in my room sucking my toes. You think that you have all the
you would be safe. You would be safe. That's just like
start kicking him in the face or something.
Yeah. But
your bare honey covered toes, just start kicking them.
No, if you put honey on my toes and sucking them off, you know what? Go about your business. I'm going back to bed.
Did you see the guy?
No, but apparently he looks like the guy you would catch.
He looks exactly like the guy. If you was casting a movie and that was, let me pull him up if you get a chance.
I want to see this
Hilton toe sucker.
The Hilton toe sucker.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the two dumb Yinzers toe hour.
Yeah, this is why Hollywood can't come up with anything good anymore. Reality's beating them. Hollywood couldn't come up with this.
There he is.
And that definitely does sound like a Florida thing.
Hold on.
What was that, Derpy?
That definitely sounds like a Florida thing.
Right? That was my first instinct. I thought this got to be Florida.
How the heck do I share? I've done this numerous. Oh, there it is. Share screen.
And I don't know why people don't refer to Florida more.
Look at this guy.
Let's take a look. Where's it? Look at this.
This was down in Nashville.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. Then that explains it.
He looks like the guy that would, he would be.
Put him back up again. He looks like a you know what he looks like? He looks like a substitute teacher.
Oh.
Don't he? Like, look at that. You're sitting there in your class, and your teacher ain't gonna be there, and this guy comes walking in.
Yeah, he's definitely sucking some toes.
So there it is, everybody.
Like, you do that on your own time. You don't do that on the company time.
Yeah.
And like they found him at his house.
Yeah. How does
Like why
they
would you go
found him
back
at his house?
home?
How did he escape the situation? I mean,
Well, you figure you're waking up in the middle of the night, someone's sucking your toes. They got the advantage. Okay, they're fully dressed, ready to go. You're drowsy, you're groggy, you're rubbing the sleep out of your eyes, your feet are slippery, you hit that floor, you go falling. He got the jump on you. So he's just out and gone. But like, why would you go home? They know it. They know it was you. They know where you live.
and like, what if he says, he says like if someone sucked his toes while he's asleep, he'd probably pee himself. What if you're just one of those passive people and you didn't want to, you woke up into this, but you were like really embarrassed and you didn't jump up and start kicking? I mean, would you just sit there and take it? Would you lay there and pretend that you're sleeping maybe?
Like, I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I would probably be like frightened and like just lay there because what is this guy already sucking my toes? Is he gonna kill me?
Or is this, you know what? This ain't the worst thing in the world. I'll just let him finish up, I guess,
Right?
pretend that I'm sleeping and both
Or
going with their
what
life.
you just start cranking one out and see if that freaks
Yeah.
him out.
You
You can play this game, buddy.
yeah.
You just make eye contact as you can just crank one out, see who breaks first.
Just kind of look down at him and wave.
Blow him a kiss.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
God. Yeah, P, he does look like an extra from a person extra.
That definitely takes the cherry on top.
Yeah.
The craziest stuff I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I would freak out too. I just don't know, like, would I start punching or I'd just sit there like I'd probably
Just all depends what you want people to think of you. You know what I mean? If you want people to think that you're not cool with that and you're gonna protect yourself, then yeah, you'd punch them. But otherwise, I mean,
like my worst fear in that situation would be like, I'll wake up, someone's stuck on my toes, and I'm like, that's kind of enjoyable.
You're right.
Fuck, new fetish unlocked.
Yeah,
not the way I wanted it to be unlocked.
If you like it,
it's like I like it. Oh shit, but I kind of don't want to.
Yeah,
it kind of feels good. What do I do?
There you have it.
Oh,
it's never too late, Mike. You could always pick up new habits, new hobbies.
Oh.
But one thing that doesn't...
real quick,
Yeah.
the inside of your mouth is like the same type of fleshy material, it's the same thing as the inside of a vagina.
That's
so
what I
really
hear.
So really it would be like, it's just like a foot in a vagina then. Oh, that's a bridge too far today. I'm sorry.
No, that's just weird.
That's a bridge too far.
I'm the asshole. Okay.
Yeah. With that being said, everybody,
I'm just gonna sit here and sip my coffee, and no one likes my.
I know one thing that's no surprise. This Pirate team, guys.
We go from toe sucking to the Pirates losing.
The toe hour to the Pirates. Okay.
All kind of things that suck. We're going to talk about first. That's the theme of this early part of this show: sucking.
I should change the thumbnail to that guy, and then the Pirates logo. Who sucks
put
more?
A Pirates hat on him or something.
I'm going to make a prediction, though, guys. As this division sits where it is, at the moment, the Pirates have a half-game lead still over Milwaukee. They are still in first place. This is unbelievable. But, they couldn't give this first place away if they tried. The Cubs are still 3.5 games out. The Cardinals are 8 games. I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Bold prediction.
I'm going to say that the Cardinals win this division this year. The Cardinals, who are down and out from day one, they're in the basement, 10 games out. I think that this division is bad enough. And let me tell you something. This series with the Cardinals are in right now with the Cubs, they won game 1 the other day. That was the first game 1 of a series they won all year. The Cardinals have not won the first game of any series up until 2 days ago all year.
That's insane.
But I'm saying this division is so bad. I'm gonna make the prediction that after a long haul, the long summer, I think the Cardinals are gonna win. I just do. This is the Cardinals.
It's just the game of baseball in general.
And they always are at the top team. They're never this bad. Matter of fact, it's been a long time since.
That's why you play 162.
Well, you play 162, boys.
I don't know. I just think that watch the Cardinals, watch this play out. I think that it's playing everything the way this division is going. I think that all plays in the Cardinals' favor. Right now, the Bucs are the worst team in the league. The worst team in the league. Here, listen to what I'm saying. Last week, prior to last weekend, they were this close to being the best team in the league. If they would have went and beat the Tampa Bay Rays 2 out of 3, that could have been the case at the time. But right now, they literally, if you look at the last 10 games played, they are the only team that's 2-8 in the last 10, which would make them at this moment the worst team in the league, performance-wise, not record-wise, but performance-wise. Also, the Bucs scored 2 runs or less in 9 straight games.
That's unacceptable.
All the 7 games in the losing streak, the 2-0 win 2 days ago, and then again last night, the Pirates, they lose 10-1 to the Rockies. 10-1 to the Rockies. In case you missed that.
I saw that. I did not want it to be true.
This record, or this scoring less than 2, I can't even, I don't even understand for one, but here it is out. This is the first time that the Pirates have done that particular feat since 1988. They're setting records high and low here.
We're very, very low.
And, and the Pirates have been very bad for the past 3 decades. I mean, people have mortgages. It's been shorter than the period of time that this team is bad. But you got to go back to 1988 to see them actually do what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
This is, as I said, they're the worst team in the league right now. They're lucky that they got off that great start.
Yeah.
Because they are still sitting 5 games over. They are still in first place, which blows my mind. But it speaks volumes about this division. And that's why I say I'm making a bold prediction that and there's really nothing to go off because the Cardinals are not a good team.
No,
they're a really bad team.
I mean, right now they're 13-24, 11 games under, and you have them rallying.
But look who's at the top.
That's true.
I mean, we're a house of cards ready to fall in at any moment, and I'm not sure that it hasn't already started. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here that they're on a slump because, again, why Derpy?
162.
So, I can't. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this. That the season might be over already in a matter of a week. Last week we were going to the World Series.
Yeah,
I dug Mike's tickets right out of the garbage right here at the studio. I did.
Yes, you did. And I told you you shouldn't, but did you listen to me? No, you never listen to me when it comes to the Buccos. I tried to tell you, I tried to warn you, but no,
the defense is playing. I mean, the whole thing, with the acceptance of Mitch Keller, the whole thing is a disaster right now. I mean, they brought up Luis Ortiz to throw yesterday. He didn't pitch the worst game in the world, but he threw 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and a strikeout. He did get yanked, and I can't remember who came in, but they got bombed, and they lit up about 5 runs. Again, they lost 10-1. But he didn't look that fantastic. I mean, it was a spot start. He'll go back down. Again, Velasquez should be fine soon. We got Rich Hill today.
Oof.
They could go one way or the other with him. You just don't know, which is the perfect definition of this team right now. Antonio Sandaltech is starting for Colorado today. He's 0-1 with a 1.80 ERA and 3 strikeouts. So he only has maybe that 1 appearance. Rich Hill's 3-3 with a 4.54 and 32 strikeouts on the season. This is the rubber match. So we have a chance. I mean, if we could salvage this game and win this series, that's some kind of positive you could take into Friday, because this weekend we have the Baltimore Orioles. We're going to Baltimore. And personally, I can't remember the last time we beat Baltimore.
God, me either.
And they're good again.
Like an eternity.
They're right behind. They're 23-13. They're only right behind Tampa Bay. They're in the mix of that Tampa Bay, Toronto, Boston, New York division. So I mean, they're good.
Quick question here.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the Pirates or are we talking about the Penguins here?
Fuck you, Derpy. It's hockey season's
Like
over.
I
They're
said,
still catching
you
strays.
sacrifice the Penguins so the Pirates could thrive. So I mean,
I'll
And they're
sacrifice
not
them all if the
thriving right
Steelers.
now.
If the Steelers have a good season this year, I will sacrifice them all. But guys,
that was a joke.
of course, the defense is playing so poorly. There was a play where it was a line. There was a run on first base, and the ball got hit on the ground to Carlos Santana. He turns to throw it down to second to turn to double play. I don't know what the guy did. Matter of fact, I don't know who was playing shortstop. They're switching people around so much. I wish they would just go back to what worked. But the guy, he was playing shortstop, and the ball like literally just went right past his glove. There was no reaching. It wasn't out of the way. He had his glove out, and the ball went about a foot underneath of it. And next thing you know, it's in the outfield. I mean, there's a handful of defensive issues they're having right now.
They're playing like they did last year and the year before that.
Yeah, like the hodgepodge of nothingness team.
Yes, exactly. And they need to get their shit together.
I'd go take fucking Reynolds' money back.
Ever since he signed that contract, man, they have not been able to produce.
The Rockies, they 10-1. They had 11 hits. We had 4. We had an error. I just don't understand how you could fall apart so fast collectively. The whole team can't hit. They can't get it out of the infield.
They can't do anything. They have reverted back into the team that we thought they would be this year.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like negative.
Get your Bob Nothing shirts, everybody.
Yes, head on over to twodumbyinzers.com where you can find your Bob Nothing t-shirts, your Bob Nothing coffee mugs, your Bob Nothing stickers, everything Bob Nothing at twodumbyinzers.com. Always be selling, boys.
The rubber match is today at 12:35. As soon as we get off the show, as soon as the show's over, flip over and you know, like I said, if we're gonna have some kind of a respectful season, I think it starts today. I think you got to win this game. You got to beat Colorado right now. Colorado's 15-22. We're 21-6. No, that's not right. What are we?
We are the Pittsburgh Pirates.
21-16.
21-16.
I overlooked a number.
Yeah,
sorry.
Colorado Rockies are 15-22.
So I think that as I said, if because it don't get easier. You got Baltimore. Look who's right after Baltimore. I don't remember, Mike. It's somebody else that's good.
Hold on. Let me get our schedule up here. We have right now we have the Rockies, then we got Baltimore, then we got Detroit for 2 games, and then Arizona.
And then is there like Houston? Is the Texans, Texas Rangers on there?
Yeah, Texans are right, or Texas Rangers are right after them. I don't know why I was trying to call them the Houston Texans.
I was too.
Yeah, I got football on the brain.
I seen this guy on the internet. He calls he's a regular. I follow his stuff. He does a lot of pirate stuff. He calls Rich Hill Dick Mountain.
That is great.
I like him. But there you have it, everybody.
Dick Mountain.
Dick Mountain.
That is so immature, and I love it.
So there it is, guys. They got to get back into it. They got to get back into it quick. The games aren't going to get any easier. And again, I mean, like we said, there's a long season ahead of us. And people could say, well, there's 162, give them a chance. But you know what? There's also 162 chances to lose as well. You know, we still haven't played the Braves. We still haven't played the Mets. We still haven't played the Brewers, the Cubs, San Francisco, all these American League teams as well. I mean,
you know, right now, like I'm reading the board, and it sounds like P might be our new right fielder.
You know what? Why isn't my board updating? My last thing I got from P was about him sucking toes. how far along am I going? What did I miss?
I don't know what's going on with your YouTube in the background there, bro. I do have to say, boys.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. This right here might be the thumbnail of the day. This might have to be the thumbnail for today's episode.
You know what? I don't necessarily hate it.
I know it's not the worst I've ever done.
Do your best to entertain. I need a minute to catch up with what P's saying. I feel bad. I could have been talking to P. I just didn't think he was typing.
I thought you got tired of the toe sucking.
Oh, so we have some news.
What news you got, Derpy?
Arthur Millette has been released.
Isn't he one of the ones we said we could see that happening?
Yeah.
When we were going over the depth chart, yeah, because that doesn't surprise
Rapper
me.
just reported like 47 minutes ago.
Ian Rappaport's on top of things. That man knows things before they even happen. Yeah, Millet's not even on the depth chart now on ESPN. He
asked for the release.
Oh, that's okay. I can respect that. Seeing what's changes going on, want to get out there before training camp starts. Yeah, the Bruins are a team that you forget about.
They really are.
But they always beat us. They always beat the Buckos. Yeah, we're changing.
Before we move on to football, Nick Bonino is named captain of Team USA, who's going to be playing in the World Championships coming up beginning Friday for Team USA, of course. Nick Bonino, there you go, Mike. We got a Pittsburgh Penguin, a returned Pittsburgh Penguin who's going to be the captain of Team USA.
Bonino.
Can't wait for them to lose to Canada again.
Probably.
You know what? Normally I root for Canada just because Crosby's playing and I want Crosby to do well and get the gold. So if Crosby won't be playing in that, so I might actually have to root for America for a change in hockey. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
That's rough.
Like I haven't rooted for the American hockey teams that year, like when Kevin Hatch and all them like destroyed all the hotel rooms over in Japan when they lost. They acted like a bunch of immature little babies, and that ruined it for me. Like, all right, I'm never rooting for this team again, and I haven't since then. I was Team Canada since.
Also, Evgeny Malkin named nominee for the King Clancy Memorial Trophy.
I saw that.
Which is, of course, for leadership, noteworthy humanitarian contribution. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're tripping over your dick over there, man. You're having a rough one.
Chris Letang named finalist for the Bill Masterson Memorial Trophy.
Comeback Player of the Year.
Which he should win hands down. The guy had a stroke. The guy's dad died. The guy went through everything,
right,
to get back to playing hockey. And in hockey, they often come back from pretty crazy things. I mean, guys got their necks sliced with ice skates, and one guy had a heart attack. They revived him on the bench, and he came back in.
Yeah, he wanted to keep playing. They're like, "No, dude, you got to go. You got to go to the hospital." He's like,
that's
"I'm
a
a hockey
crowd.
player." Yeah, hockey.
But this year, I don't think anybody has him beat. I think that the Crystal Tang should, after having the stroke or heart attack or whatever it was, should be a shoo-in for this.
He should. Like I always felt bad for he was at Oli Mata that year. He broke his shoulder, had the mumps, and had something else, and still couldn't win. Still couldn't win the comeback player of the year. It's wild. That's how tough hockey players are. You got to like almost die or die on the ice and be brought back to be.
You got to have a near-death experience story in order to get that award. You know, if you didn't see the pearly gates, you ain't winning.
I do like on the board. P is actually correcting his grammar.
I like
appreciate that, but like I'm one to, if I see my grammar mistakes, I just let it go and hopefully no one calls me out on it. So I do appreciate, someone trying.
Well, maybe P doesn't want to look like a dumbass.
Well, hey, I'm a dumbass. It's part of my shtick, so I guess I'm allowed to be.
This sign behind me says that you have to abide by that.
So yes, I have a reason to be stupid.
Yeah. Also, again, as I mentioned yesterday, the XFL championship is this Saturday, everybody. Saturday. Yes. This is important for a couple of reasons. One, I like to talk about it because we do promote the XFL here in the on the 2 Yinzers show. I'm fully behind these spring football leagues, so I do like to talk about it. But on the other hand, also we have a May 15th, I do believe, is when we can start signing XFL players, which, as we mentioned the other day, I think there's well over 20 now that's been invited to NFL camps around the league. So we may be seeing some of these guys join, or at least get invited to camp to, be involved throughout the summer and get that opportunity to possibly be on an NFL team, which is their goal. A lot of these guys in the XFL, they call it the 54th man or whatever. because that's what these guys, they do believe that they all are this close to being in the NFL. So the big game is Saturday. That's at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, and that is between Mike's DC Defenders, who went 9-1 this season, and the Arlington Renegades, who didn't do as well, but they are in the championship game. So nonetheless, hopefully it will be a good football game. That is Saturday.
I can't wait, actually.
But I assume
I'm
it's
pumped.
7 or 8.
I'm
The USFL. Yeah, no, you're gonna try to watch that game, Mike?
I'm gonna try. Jesus, Pete. I think the mumps is code for the clap in hockey.
Remember
Plus,
that?
like, you know, the flu is code for hungover in hockey.
Yeah. Remember when all them players were getting the mumps?
Yeah, that was like the entire yeah, Olimata had it, then Crosby had it, a couple other players had it, and you would see like their necks and throats and jaws were just swollen beyond belief.
Yeah, it's not good, man. The USFL, the Maulers, Pittsburgh Maulers, they are back in action this week. They're going to play away at Michigan against the Michigan Panthers. The Panthers are 2-2, Maulers are 1-3. That game's Saturday at 12:30. In my other favorite spring football league is the WFA, which of course is the women in our Pittsburgh Passion, who started the season 2-0. They're going to Boston to play the Boston Renegades. This is their opportunity. This is going to be the first time these two teams met since last year's conference championship game. This really should be a really good game. After that, Mike, the Passion only have 3 games left. They're halfway through the season. They're going to go to Detroit. They're going to host DC. Excuse me. They're going to host Boston. Then after that, they're going to go into the playoffs. So we got to make up our mind. We got to get up there soon, man. See these gals play.
Yeah, I'd love to see them play. And oh God, I just love the names of these women's team.
Ain't they cool?
The Passion, the Venom.
Yeah.
I love
Inferno.
it. The Inferno might be my favorite. Yeah, P, you have a point there. I haven't seen anyone in the NFL or Major League Baseball put on the IR for months. You got a point there.
That's
Who
true.
knows, man? The Penguins, man, a couple puck bunnies came through town, and
You know what? The NFL schedule comes out tomorrow, guys.
yeah, I can't wait.
Tomorrow.
Did you see some of it's already been leaked?
Yeah.
I
Well,
bet
the international games were announced today.
I bet Ryan has a segment for that too today.
I don't.
Oh,
but
I thought you did. I wasn't going to try to leak anything.
No. Well, I was
didn't
just
wanna
going to
jump the
simply
gun.
talk about this. Was the couple things that I'm hearing heavily as we spoke yesterday. And I do want to make it clear one more time that it was pure rumor that I got the information yesterday about the Baltimore Ravens Steeler Thanksgiving game. However, it's a heavy rumor. A lot of people were saying this. At some point you have to wonder if it's holding any water. But that's what I was talking about yesterday. I was talking about the rumor, but it could still very well be. I don't know. We don't know. I just, as I said, as I'm looking and researching and trying to figure out, the one thing I'm seeing heavily is the Steelers and Ravens on Thanksgiving. I also see the Steelers and Packers on Thanksgiving as well, Mike, should be is another heavy rumor. So again, I don't know. Don't shoot me if on Thanksgiving you don't get to watch the Steelers and the Ravens, because again, I don't know.
I hope so. I hope so, because we were the Black Friday game.
Black Friday game. That's awesome.
Has been released of who's going to play that one. I forget who
It's
it was.
Jets and Dolphins.
Jets and Dolphins.
Ugh.
That one, yeah. Like
Christmas Day is Eagles and Giants.
Okay.
And
Well, at least one of them. They'll probably have 2 other ones.
I'm just disappointed there's no game in Mexico this year. I thought, like, when the Steelers were down there to announce like what the 2nd round pick, that we were in Mexico City, that we would be playing another game in Mexico City.
Yeah.
Or is that a preseason game we're
know.
doing down there? It'd be kind of cool, because I remember, like, God, when I was younger, the Steelers played 2 games in like a 4 or 5 year period. It felt like in Mexico City during the preseason. Those games were crazy, man. That atmosphere was rocking and rolling, and I was hoping we would be down there this year. And hey, maybe it might be one of the preseason games down there. But I'm hoping.
I know that the thing is, I mean, they love the NFL.
They do,
and the only thing they love more than the NFL is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They love the Steelers.
They do, man.
I wish that we could do that
Yeah.
for them, you know?
Yeah, we're such a international beloved franchise. Why not send us to one of these games? Because even like the overseas games were announced and we weren't a part of them.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll take that if we get an extra home game this year.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of the XFL, the Steelers invites the St. Louis Battlehawk center, Mike. What is it, Mike Panasik?
Oh, Pasanic.
We invited him to mini camp, along with others, I do believe. But again, the XFL players can sign with NFL teams after 5/15, which is just a few days away. After the championship game, of course. I'm interested, Mike. I want to see these guys. I want to see these guys that just played all off season long. I want to see them come in with a full head of steam, and possibly some of these guys making these NFL rosters. I think that would be cool. And I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but the receiver that we also invited last week, I'm going to be excited. Yeah, I'm going to be excited to see him. It's going to be fun.
Something, what was it, like 19, at least at this point, like 19, 20 guys have been invited to,
and that was yesterday. I've seen a handful more.
Yeah, so I'm hoping at least just a handful can make it, because we saw some of these guys they have talent. You can see it, and hopefully they're just like late bloomers, man. They finally, like Hakeem Butler, we went over his career, practice squad, injured reserve, practice squad, injured reserve, practice squad, injured reserve. Now this year he finally was able to play, and he showcased his ability. So hopefully get onto a practice squad somewhere, or make the team as that 5th, 6th wide receiver. He's showing he had the ability to make big plays.
Absolutely, man.
I'd like to see him out there, man. I just imagine, like, I don't think he's not going to be, taking snaps away from Deontay or Pickens, but I can see him coming in here and there. Someone needs a break, or hey, we noticed the defense has been running this way. Let's put him out there to cause a mismatch. I think he could be valuable.
Yeah, and of all the players that I've seen that's been invited, he is one of the ones that I would favor to come and at least try out for this team. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. And it kind of goes into what I'm saying next. They were talking the other day about George Pickens. They're saying he's working to become a more well-rounded receiver. I can't wait to see the kind of seasons these guys have, man. He goes on to say he wants to be a better route runner and have all these routes in his arsenal. Just all the work that we know, that we heard of, that these guys have done in the offseason. I'm super excited about this year. I want to see, if Kenny can make that big jump into the second year. I want to see, because if he makes the jump, everybody else is going to prosper. Your receivers, your young receivers, this is really exciting. And I can't remember being this kind of excited for a long time about the Steelers, because of everything that went into it so far. And coming off the season the way that it ended last year, the management tackling the off season the way that they did, the way they tackled the free agency, the way they tackled the draft, I really could say that I haven't been this excited in this kind of way about Steelers maybe my whole life. And every year I'm excited. I mean, in spring we're talking Steelers, we can't wait, we're dragging our feet. But everything that's going on right now, this has a potential to be, if things go well for this team, this could be a big season for the Steelers.
It can. And for me right now, it's all resting on everyone making that jump from year one to year two. So we have a lot of people that need to make that jump.
Yes.
Like you said, Kenny, George, Jalen Warren's going to have to make that jump. We have a lot of rookies that are going to have to come in and step up and play right away. Like, left tackle Broderick Jones, you got to step in. You got to be a day one starter ready to go. We traded up for you. It's unfair expectations, but I think they're warranted by the level he played in college. That you got to be the left tackle. You got to start right away. Joey Porter, you got to come in and be that number 3 corner, being the guy on the outside when we go dime and nickel. He's not going to be playing in the slot, so he's got to step up big time out there. Keanu Benton's going to have to step up on the D line. So those guys right there, a lot of pressure on them, and a lot of pressure on the guys who were rookies last year, going from year one to year two. Because for where this team wants to go and where the fans expect them to go, a lot of young guys have to step up immediately. Like
we had
Najee, to me, pressure's on Najee. Yeah, you were hurt last year. We saw what you can do at the end, but you were taken in the first round. You are a first round running back. You got to put up first round running back numbers. You got to make that. He has to be a huge threat on offense, and I think he can be, because we saw it his rookie year, the way Ben was able to use him, and hopefully now that he'll be hopefully he'll be healthy to start the season. And because we saw what he did at the second half of last year once he got healthy. And he needs to get about like 1,600 yards on the ground. And I want to see him more involved in the passing game. I want to see him use like how we used Le'Veon Bell in the past.
Yeah, me too. You know what I really like about this rookie class? I honestly believe that all 7 of these guys not only make this team, I think all 7 of these guys can make some kind of impact during this rookie season. Now, bear with me here.
Okay.
Corey Trice.
Yeah.
They're saying this guy was one of the steals of the draft. They're saying the way that he plays, corner, he could certainly be beneficial. And so, let's just say that, okay, he's not going to play. He's not taking Joey Porter's spot. He's not taking Levi Wallace. But you bring your nickel out, you bring your dime out, where you're bringing more cornerbacks out. I think a guy like him could be beneficial. Yeah. And again, the other guy that I would think that would be questionable would be the guy from Wisconsin, the defensive lineman that you mentioned. I think that he has a chance as well. I think that our defensive line needs that depth so bad. And I'm not saying that he's a bad player, but I'm saying that our defensive line needs depth, where he's going to be able to make the team. Other than him, the first, who do we got? Left tackle, he ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
The tight end, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I go through the whole entire class of rookies, Mike.
For me, it's that offensive lineman in the 7th round. For me, I think he's going to end up being brought back on the practice squad, because there's already a lot of depth in front of him.
But that's what I'm saying. We go into camp and you find out some of these guys, maybe one of these free agent offensive linemen, maybe they don't pan out. Somebody that we brought over from somewhere else, maybe, so much could happen.
Yeah.
But it's just, the point is, usually you get those 2 picks, your first one and your second one. For example, Najee and who was it, Freiermuth that year?
Yeah.
Those 2 become your impact rookies. They, they're getting all the playing time, and then everybody else down the list, you're surprised if they even make it. You have an Oladoku who doesn't make it. You have this guy. I think at least 6 of the 7 has a chance to be potential to make some noise in their rookie season, and especially in the kid as well, the linebacker from Wisconsin, Herbig. If he has what they're saying that he is, there's no reason that 6 of these 7 shouldn't be playing on a regular.
I see, like Herbig and Trice, they're going to be. I look for them on special teams, really, to make a big impact as rookies. That's where I think most of their impact's going to come from. Whereas Broderick Jones and Porter, they're going to have to start right away. Darnell Washington, he can come along. He can be that blocking tight end. Passing game wise, Freiermuth's going to be the number 1 target there. I think by midpoint, he's going to surpass Spaeth as the number 2 tight end.
Absolutely.
And then Spaeth has turned himself into a player. I don't want to talk bad on this guy. He turned himself in from a low round draft pick into a player. But if he's our number 3 tight end, my God, that's a deep tight end room.
Yeah, I think Gentry is who you're talking about.
Gentry, yeah. Why I kept saying Matt Spaeth? I kept looking at picturing Matt Spaeth.
It's like the same guy.
Spaeth and Heath. Yeah, he more or less they are the same body type, the same build. But yeah, Gentry, he turned himself into a player into this league. So I
think that the guy just has the guy that from Georgia. What's his name again? Washington, Mount Washington. He's just such a freak of nature. Yeah, he's such he's a natural freak. And he's going to get his because he is big and he's good and he's athletic and he's talented. And he's strong. And if you could turn him into a Gronk,
like people have been saying, like a Freiermuth in Washington and 2 tight end set, that it's Gronkowski and Hernandez back in the day. Before Hernandez started killing people, he was a great tight end, and that was like an unstoppable combination. And if you give Kenny Pickett 2 great tight ends, plus Deontay, plus Pickens, plus Najee, it doesn't matter who the offensive coordinator is. You should find one of those 4 or 5 guys open in the passing game, and then the run game should open up too. So there's a lot of weapons on this offense. This offense should be clicking. I don't care who's calling plays. Running game should be clicking. Passing game should be clicking. There's a lot of talent there. Yes, it's young, but there's a lot of talent.
No two ways about it. Also, Mike, on the offense, caught this before the show. Dan Moore Jr. says he will not give up his left tackle spot without a fight.
I expect nothing less from a professional athlete. That I'd be disappointed if he said, "Yeah, okay,
Right.
after this guy, I'm going to be number 2." No, I like that from Dan Moore, and you know
Do you think there's any chance that Dan Moore beats him out?
I can see them maybe wanting to go with him early in the season, bring along, your left tackle slow. Yeah. I can see that, but I hope not. You draft Broderick Jones in the first round for
Yeah, you're expecting Broderick Jones to.
I want him to play. I don't want him. I wouldn't mind him playing more in the preseason than Dan Moore.
Right.
Get acclimated to the speed in the NFL.
Yeah, you bring Broderick Jones in, you trade up for Broderick Jones in the first round. You're expecting this guy to play. Yeah. You're expecting to be your left tackle. What is all this, Mike? At the end of the day, and it's kind of funny that who was it made a comment? Vince Williams, I do believe, about Kendrick Green.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Why don't you put Kendrick Green at fullback?"
Well, but Big Ben said, "Play him at guard. He'd be all right." Former players are going to stick up for the guys on the team already.
I don't think Kendrick Green makes it past this year. I don't think so. I think the camp is his last hurrah at Pittsburgh.
But imagine him getting a head of steam running, coming at you, and then Najee behind you. On paper, that sounds good. On Madden, that sounds good. But in real life, I don't see it.
I mean, he was such a disappointment. He was third. He was the third round in that.
Third round, but he was a reach. He was a reach that. They missed out on Creed Humphreys, but they thought, hey, we can get this guy, make him a center.
He's versatile. He could play all these positions. He knows what he's doing.
He didn't pan out. And I don't blame him. The kid put in the work.
He was third round in the Ferrari and Harris draft.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you don't want to end in that early. You know what I mean? You want to at least get past your second pick to be able to, once it got to the third round, it just that was top heavy. Those first 2 picks were definitely the big picks.
That's why I still have, my God, you could have had Creed Humphreys and Freiermuth. You could have had Creed Humphreys and Najee. Any combination of that, I think we would still be in great shape. I would have much preferred Creed Humphreys in the first, Freiermuth in the second, and then pick a running back later.
Where did Kendrick Green come out of?
Illinois.
No, that's right.
I believe it was Illinois. Yeah. Because when he was drafted, I'm like, oh my God, this guy. He didn't impress, but I feel bad for him because he put in the work. You saw after his rookie year, he went and worked with the Pouncey brothers.
Yeah,
spent all summer working with them. And
it's not for lack of effort.
Mike Pouncey was not a bad center. Marquise Pouncey was a damn good center. So you figure, okay, he went down there, he worked out with them, learned from them, but he just didn't pan out, And it wasn't for lack of effort on his part. I think the Steelers, they just misjudged his talent. That happens. It's the draft. It's a crapshoot. You wish you got more out of your third round pick because we third round picks in Pittsburgh. That's Hines Ward. That's a baller.
Yeah,
we put a lot of emphasis on the third round picks because for me, third round picks should be starting by year 2, year 3. And if he can't make it out of training camp this year, that was a bad pick. That was a bust of a pick.
Absolutely, man.
And I don't want to blame him because like I said, he put in the work. It just didn't translate. Sometimes, you can do all the hard work.
This video is floating around right now on Twitter where he goes to block the guy and he totally misses, and the guy just runs right by him.
Yeah, but
it happens. I get that. I get that.
It happens, but that becomes the narrative of this guy. Yeah. Oh, that's all he can do. Get out of here.
Right.
How many times have people want to show a quarterback throwing a pick? Okay, I can find Mahomes doing that. I can find Brady doing that.
Exactly.
Doing that. It happens.
Exactly.
You play this.
That's my
sports
argument.
Long enough, you're gonna.
It's all gonna happen to you.
You're gonna be embarrassed. I watched the Kelsey brothers, their podcast. They had a whole thing of embarrassing things that happened to them on the field. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Kelsey went to hurdle guy, and the guy picked him up and slammed him down. He was like, "Yep, I got my ass whooped on national TV. It happens." Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail.
The other big story is the this renovation talk about the Acrisure Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of money. And I know it's not cheap to do anything like this anyway, but you have any idea what are they going to do, Mike? I mean, I'm not familiar with the upgrades on what they could even possibly be. As we talked about Cleveland last week, they're gonna do a renovation that could take 3 years, three football seasons. What is it? What is it going to be? I'm not against it. Okay, the stadium's been there 20 years.
Yeah, like look,
23 to be exact.
Yeah,
23,
Heinz
24,
and it's still an amazing stadium. But what what are they thinking? What's going on?
Three Rivers was there for what, 20 some odd years. Heinz Field's there
30
for,
years, 1970 to 2000.
Yeah, so it's running its same course. So, they're an NFL franchise. What happens every time an NFL franchise wants, you see this in every city, they vote on it, it gets voted down, then guess what? Magically, the funds are there. The tax bill that failed magically becomes the new tax law to build the stadium. And that's what's going to happen here. They're going to get a publicly funded stadium. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Either they renovate it for a few years and then they find a place to build a new football stadium. I don't know where they're going to build another one in downtown Pittsburgh, because right now, like where it's at, it's in the perfect spot.
Yeah,
you would have to you can't tear it down and rebuild it within a year. You can't do it. So I don't
put
know
them
what
things up pretty
do.
quick. I don't know if you remember last time they put them stadiums up pretty quick.
Yeah, I know, but you're right. But I just
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking.
They're gonna. I think they're.
I mean, what is this stadium?
See, I haven't been to the stadium since the Winter Classic, and even when I was there, I didn't. It looked all right to me.
What is it lacking? Is what I want to know. What is it that
I don't
is
know,
going to be
man.
the big push for the next stadium that this doesn't have?
It has seats. It has a jumbotron. It has concession stands. I don't know. Fix the bathroom, fix the plumbing, and you're good to go. Make sure the field's all right. I don't get it. Make sure the stadium's not cracked. If it's cracked and falling apart, yeah. But come on out, do basic maintenance repairs on it. It should last more than 23 years.
Absolutely.
The fucking Coliseum's still standing. And that thing was picked apart for how many thousands of years?
Yeah.
Come on now. Get out of here. Let's give a billionaire some more free money from the citizens to build a football stadium.
I'm saying it just seems unnecessary.
It is too. Like, look,
I understood maybe the Three River Stadium. It was an older style.
God, yeah, they needed a new one. Yeah, they did. But the Allegheny County citizens voted no on the tax. Next thing you know, they're being hey, here's tax money for it. We're gonna do all this stuff. Port Authority tax is going to it. It just boggles the mind. The Roonies want to fix up the stadium, they can fix it up themselves.
They want a new stadium, they can build it themselves. Because you got the Browns up there, so I'm sure you're hearing some scoop. What are the what is Heinz? I'm sorry, Acrisure Stadium. What is it lacking, Derpy? You think that, or do you think it's just the comfort, the flow of the NFL, the comfort? What are they going to do? Put recliners in? What's the deal, man?
Here's my thing: if they were going to change the name, they should have made a new stadium.
Interesting,
but nobody, and I mean nobody, except diehard Steeler fans that have been there day one since like the early 70s, only want the weather, just because it's our identity.
Yeah.
But I can tell you this: nobody in 2023 doesn't want to stand out there under 10-degree weather in December or November.
Right.
But
you suggesting that they get a dome?
They're not going to put up a dome in Pittsburgh.
I'm not saying a dome, but
have it covered. Have it covered.
The reclining roof, maybe.
No,
okay.
that's weak.
Interesting.
That's soft. If they do that, I would never be as. But that
was his explanation.
That's what I'm not making. Maybe for a redesign, but because we were rated one of the worst stadiums, at least for design.
Ain't that crazy? Well, anyway, hey guys,
February
believe
21st,
it or not,
real quick, February 21st, 2023, that $1.4 million to upgrade the restrooms. So they're upgrading stuff. Like, it's fine. I don't get it. These people want a new stadium every 10 years.
Well, would you rather be biased to it and think of yourselves, or would you rather think for the future for others?
F the
myself.
Future. F the future. Fans.
That being said, Mike, it is a 2-minute warning. Why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
Yinzers.com, the number 2 DUMYINZERS.com. Head on over there. You can have my whole feelings on this stadium debacle. No, not really, because I'm just gonna say it on air. What else is at Two Dumb Yinzers? Help me out. YouTube links, Spotify links, merchandise store links.
Now,
all
if the Pirates are bad, the Bob Nothing shirts.
Yes.
But who knows? Maybe they won't be bad for long. They do play today. They play in 10 minutes. As a matter of fact, we get off the air. I'm going to get ready to go watch the game. So hopefully they can pull it together, guys, and make this keep the season interesting for us at least. But as Mike said, check it out over www.2dumyinzers.com. Lots of cool stuff over there. Go check it out. We are on all week long from Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And the show that we do that particular day gets uploaded that particular day over on Spotify at 8 o'clock p.m. So if you only get a chance to listen to the show, or maybe that's your preference, after 8 o'clock, go over to Spotify. Check us out.
Let's get some padded seats for the for Heinz Field or Acrisure or whatever the hell it's called.
I'd be down.
Every seat can have someone palming them in the summer, and people can hug them in the winter to keep them warm. I remember when Steeler fans were hard.
Yeah, that's when tickets will be about $800. When
they caught pneumonia in the stands, like real
yes,
men,
like
died
real
on
men.
the way home.
Died on the way home. Guys, you ready for a little trivia before we take off for today? This is the last game. This is the rubber game match for the Pirates and the Colorado Rockies. They do play today at 12:35 to see who wins the series. It's tied 1 game apiece. We're going to do Colorado Rocky trivia before we take off. Here we go. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
This one is short, sweet, to the point. Here we go. What is Colorado Rockies mascot? What is the Colorado Rockies mascot? And I'm going to give you 4 choices. These aren't choices that I made. These are choices that were given to me, so bear with me. What is the Colorado Rockies mascot? Is it A, a mountain climber? B, a boxer? C, a dinosaur? Or D, a beer can?
Those are all good choices.
So take a moment to think about it. P, anybody on the board?
Those are good choices.
They're all absurd. And
they are all absurd. I was waiting for one to seem somewhat normal, but yes, don't look it up, guys. Don't cheat. I'm interested to see where we land. I want to see where this lands. But these are the answers that they gave me, the choices for the question. What is the Colorado Rockies mascot? Again, A, a mountain climber, B, a boxer, C, a dinosaur, or D, a beer can. All right. I'm going to start with Derpy.
I mean, they're all relatable to the Rockies.
I know,
and they're not bad choices.
Yes. So what do you think, Derpy? What is the Colorado Rockies mascot?
I'm just going to go beer can because the stinking field name.
Yeah, and I would pick beer can as well. I'm not saying that's correct by any means, but I'm saying that's what I pick. Just because. Mike, what is the Colorado Rockies mascot? Is it a mountain climber, a boxer, a dinosaur, or a beer can? Derpy says a beer can. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with the mountain climber.
A mountain climber, another good pick. And with this one, you really, you don't know. I haven't seen nothing come through for P, so we'll give him a couple more seconds here. But this was interesting. I thought, you know what, I cannot leave this series without going with this question. So here we go. Derpy says Colorado being Colorado, gotta be a dinosaur or a beer can. So I'll go ahead and lock everybody in here. All right, here we go, guys. Question of the day. What is the Colorado Rockies mascot? A, a mountain climber, B, a boxer, C, a dinosaur, D, a beer can. Derpy says a beer can. Mike says a mountain climber. P says a dinosaur or a beer can. The answer is he's a dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur.
A dinosaur. Yeah. There you have it.
That's wild.
Isn't that wild, huh? A dinosaur. So there you go.
That is wild. That
now
blows my mind. It
now
blows my mind.
I would have liked to see it be a beer can or a mountain
I
climber.
guess it matches the purple.
Yeah. So there you go, everybody. We learned something new today. Mike, you got anything before we take off, brother?
Oh God, I got nothing. Go Bucks, win a game.
Yes, there you go. Derpy, what do you think, my man? You got anything to say before we take off?
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. There you go. You heard it first. Big game today. Go check it out. It's on in 6 minutes from now. Pirates and Rockies. Other than that,